Hello dear friend, and welcome to On This Day SMR with me, Edward Hertz, where we take a look back through history at events which took place on this day. The rain is gently pittering and pattering away on the window, and the fire is crackling away nicely in the hearth. So put your headphones on, sit back, relax, and let me take you on a journey back through time. Today is Tuesday, the 19th of March 2024, and we have 50 events to cover, going all the way back to the year 1277. Starting with the most recent event which happened last year, the Swiss government brokers a deal for UBS to buy out rival Credit Suisse in an attempt to calm the 2023 banking crisis. 5 years ago in 2019, the first president of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev, resigns from office after nearly 3 decades, leaving Senate Chairman Kassym-Jomart Tokayev as the acting president and successor. 8 years ago in 2016, Fly-Dubai Flight 981 crashes while attempting to land at Rostov-on-Don International Airport, killing all 62 on board. In the same year, an explosion occurs in Taksim Square in Istanbul, Turkey, killing 5 people and injuring 36. 11 years ago in 2013, a series of bombings and shootings kills at least 98 people and injures 240 others across Iraq. 13 years ago in 2011, in the Libyan civil war, after the failure of Muammar Gaddafi's forces to take Benghazi, the French Air Force launches Operation Harmattan, beginning foreign military intervention in Libya. "16 years ago in 2008, GRB 080319b, a cosmic burst that is the farthest object visible to the naked eye, is briefly observed. "20 years ago in 2004, Catalina Affair, a Swedish DC-3 shot down by a Soviet MiG-15 in 1952 over the Baltic Sea, is finally recovered after years of work. In the same year, March 19th shooting incident. The Republic of China, Taiwan President Chen Shui-bian is shot just before the country's presidential election on March the 20th. "21 years ago in 2003, United States President George W. Bush addresses the nation, announcing the beginning of hostilities in the illegal coalition invasion of Iraq. 22 years ago in 2002, Zimbabwe is suspended from the Commonwealth on charges of human rights abuses and of electoral fraud following the turbulent presidential election. 23 years ago in 2001, German trade union Ver.di is formed. 26 years ago in 1998, an Ariana Afghan Airlines Boeing 727 crashes on approach to Kabul International Airport, killing all 45 on board. 34 years ago in 1990, the ethnic clashes of Targu Muras begin 4 days after the anniversary of the revolutions of 1848 in the Austrian Empire. 35 years ago in 1989, the Egyptian flag is raised at Taba, marking the end of Israeli occupation since the 6 Days War in 1967 and the Egypt-Israel Peace Treaty in 1979. "42 years ago in 1982, in the Falklands War, Argentinian forces land on South Georgia Island, precipitating war with the United Kingdom. 45 years ago in 1979, the United States House of Representatives begins broadcasting its day-to-day business via the cable television network C-SPAN. 55 years ago in 1969, the 385-metre tall, or 1,263-foot, TV mast at Emlimo Transmitting Station, United Kingdom, collapses due to ice build-up. 59 years ago in 1965, the wreck of SS Georgiana, valued at over $50 million and said to have been the most powerful Confederate cruiser, is discovered by teenage diver and pioneer underwater archaeologist E. Lee Spence, exactly 102 years after its destruction. 60 years ago in 1964, over 500,000 Brazilians attend the March of the Family with God for Liberty in protest against the government of João Goulart and against communism. "62 years ago in 1962, the Algerian War of Independence ends. 66 years ago in 1958, the Monarch Underwear Company fire leaves 24 dead and 15 injured. 78 years ago in 1946, French Guiana, Guadeloupe, Martinique and Réunion become overseas departments of France. 79 years ago in 1945, in World War II, off the coast of Japan, a dive bomber hits the aircraft carrier USS Franklin, killing 724 of her crew. Badly damaged, the ship is able to return to the US under her own power. In the same year, also in World War II, Adolf Hitler issues his Nero Decree, ordering all industries, military installations, shops, transportation facilities and communications facilities in Germany to be destroyed. "80 years ago in 1944, again in World War II, the German army occupies Hungary. 81 years ago in 1943, Frank Nitti, the Chicago outfit boss after Al Capone, commits suicide at the Chicago Central Rail Yard. 92 years ago in 1932, the Sydney Harbour Bridge is opened. 93 years ago in 1931, Governor Fred B. Balzar signs a bill legalizing gambling in Nevada. 103 years ago in 1921, in the Irish War of Independence, one of the largest engagements of the war takes place at Crossbarry, County Cork. About 100 Irish Republican Army volunteers escape an attempt by over 1,300 British forces to encircle them. 104 years ago in 1920, the United States Senate rejects the Treaty of Versailles for the second time. The first time was on November the 19th, 1919. 106 years ago in 1918, The US Congress establishes time zones and approves daylight saving time. 124 years ago in 1900, the British archaeologist Sir Arthur John Evans begins excavating Knossos Palace, the centre of Cretan civilization. 129 years ago in 1895, Auguste and Louis Lumière record their first footage using their newly patented cinematograph. 139 years ago in 1885, Louis Riel declares a provisional government in Saskatchewan, beginning the Northwest Rebellion. 159 years ago in 1869, in the American Civil War, the Battle of Bentonville begins. By the end of the battle 2 days later, Confederate forces had retreated from Fort Oaks, North Carolina. 161 years ago in 1863, the SS Georgiana, said to have been the most powerful Confederate cruiser, is destroyed on her maiden voyage with a cargo of munitions, medicines, and merchandise then valued at over $1 million. 163 years ago in 1861, the First Taranaki War ends in New Zealand. 171 years ago in 1853, the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom occupies and makes Nanjing its capital until 1864. 193 years ago in 1831, first documented bank heist in US history when burglars stole $245,000 in 1831 values from the Citibank, now Citibank, on Wall Street. Most of the money was recovered. 200 years ago in 1824, American explorer Benjamin Morrell departed Antarctica after a voyage later plagued by claims of fraud. 212 years ago in 1812, the Cortes of Cadiz promulgates the Spanish Constitution of 1812. 216 years ago in 1808, Charles IV, King of Spain, abdicates after riots and a popular revolt at the Winter Palace, Aranjuez. His son, Ferdinand VII, takes the throne. 337 years ago in 1687, explorer Robert Cavalier de la Salle, searching for the mouth of the Mississippi River, is murdered by his own men. 375 years ago in 1649, the House of Commons of England passes an act abolishing the House of Lords, declaring it useless and dangerous to the people of England. 461 years ago in 1563, the Edict of Amboise is signed, ending the first phase of the French Wars of Religion and granting certain freedoms to the Huguenots. 572 years ago in 1452, Frederick III of Habsburg is the last Holy Roman Emperor crowned by medieval tradition in Rome by Pope Nicholas V. 740 years ago in 1284, the Statute of Rhuddlan incorporates the Principality of Wales into England. 745 years ago in 1279, a Mongol victory at the Battle of Yarman ends the Song dynasty in China. 747 years ago in 1277, The Byzantine-Venetian Treaty of 1277 is concluded, stipulating a 2-year truce and renewing Venetian commercial privileges in the Byzantine Empire. So that is all we have for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you found our little trip back through history both relaxing and informative. If you did indeed like the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and also consider leaving a comment below. All feedback is very much welcome. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. It will really help the channel grow and will ensure that you are notified of future videos. Be sure to turn on notifications so that you are notified of future videos as soon as they are posted. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.